I'm finally done with all work-related stuff.
Good. So now it's time to relax and practice some English.
Exactly.
Okay. Did you get a chance to practice anything? Any questions before we get started?
Well, I didn't get a chance to practice
Mm-hmm.
the writing stuff, but I did listen to some podcasts in English
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't have enough time since I had to go out to do some stuff, and then I went to my friend's son's baptisms.
Uh-huh. Baptism?
Uh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. And yesterday we went to another friend's house to celebrate his birthday.
Oh, okay. So you were out partying the whole weekend.
Yeah,
Right now that you mentioned that you did things, when you do things around the house, those things around the house are usually called chores, right?
yeah.
You wash, you do your laundry, you wash your dishes, you sweep the floors. Those are chores. But what about like when you have to take something to the cleaners or maybe go grocery shopping or make deposits in the at the bank? What do you call those?
Mm, errands.
Yeah, those are called errands. Uh-huh. And usually you do chores, you do chores, but you run errands. You run them. Maybe because they tend to be kind of quick, or when you do an errand, it kind of is like something quick you run, I guess. I don't know. So you
Okay,
could say this weekend or I ran errands, or I had a lot of errands to run. You can use do also, but for some reason we sometimes say run. I had a lot of errands to run. Have you
okay.
used that before, errands?
Yes, I think at some time I have used it.
Yeah, so it's like another thing for chores, tasks, duties, but usually these are out of the house, and these are the ones that you kind of do in the house. So
Okay.
chores and errands, and we always have a lot of chores and a lot of errands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's okay. As long as you did practice a little bit listening to the podcast, you did you keep up with your series that you're watching? What is it? House of the Dragon? Or are you
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I did.
okay, so you watch that too? How long are those? Are they aren't they kind of long?
Mm, mm, about in regards of the length of the episode
Hmm.
or of the
Hmm.
length of the whole season.
No, the length of the episodes, they're pretty lengthy, aren't they?
Yeah, they a little short of 1 hour,
Hmm.
probably 50 minutes.
Okay, so almost the hour.
Yeah.
And are you still liking it?
Yes,
Hmm.
but I'm also watching the one of the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power,
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
and that one is a little bit longer. It's around 1 hour and 5 minutes, or almost 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, per episode.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Those feel more like a movie.
Like a movie, exactly. Okay, well, you practiced English with that, right? Even though
Yeah,
sometimes the English that they speak is like very old English. But still, it's good practice with the accents.
yeah. It's kind of how do I put it? Like British English
Hmm.
with Shakespeare English,
Shakespearean.
Shakespearean English.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of fun, a fun play on the accents. I was able to look at the letter, and I think we did pretty good. So let's get started with that. I have a listening exercise that I want to do. And then we're going to start talking about or continue talking about the word stress. And then we might get into the different vowel sounds. Okay. So I think we should have enough time to get through all of that.
Okay.
So this is the letter that we had written, right? This is the original. And I think we
Yeah.
did pretty good. I honestly think we did good. The only thing that I was, not very sure about was this, right? I think it was that sentence. So one that it would be very helpful. And then I looked to see what they had asked for, right? So they introduced, and basically we got everything. But then I was thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and overthinking everything. So I think I kept everything except, remember at the beginning, we were going to start something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe it would be better to start off because at the beginning they do say, introduce yourself and ask for the loan. We
Okay.
eventually do ask for the loan. But as I was looking back, I realized that maybe that's very important and maybe that's like the first thing we should mention.
Yeah.
So maybe we should mention it up there. And I think that's the only thing I changed.
Yeah, but it sounds logical because one of the things that are testing is that you are able to follow instructions.
Exactly. And be very focused. So yeah, I think we do need to mention it at the very beginning. Plus, I was thinking if I was like a loan officer, obviously I read a lot of emails and I read a lot of letters. Like I don't want to read through everything before I figure out what it is that they want.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe get to the point right away. So I think that's what we should do. Just change that, what we had it down in the second paragraph. And so, yeah, it was here. So I kind of just maybe put it up here and just write it some other way. It doesn't have to be like this, but I said I'm writing. And then everything else, I think we did good because we did say what we were going to use it for. And we did state like what the problem was and how you were going to pay it back.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think we did good. But yeah, thinking about it, I think we should mention it up here because that is the most important thing, your name and then what it is that you want.
Okay.
Okay. Questions?
Yes, but not related to this.
Okay. So I wanted to get that out of the way before we forget. Okay. Before we forget. Before we forget about it, there, it's done. So I think we did good. I think I would have given us maybe an 8, and now I think we have a 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Now questions.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the word we talked about, like I don't remember if it was the last week or the previous one. The one that means something is like expensive or classy. Like you mentioned that you went with with your sons to a restaurant and your son said
that I told you that my new favorite word was bougie. That one?
Yeah.
It's probably in here. Did you hear it or?
No, I was trying to remember it, but I couldn't.
I don't remember if it was here. I think here. Yeah, it was right here. That one. Yeah, it was that one. Yeah, no, don't be so bougie.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's that one. So did you find an occasion to use it?
No,
Or
it just only kind of came into my mind, but I couldn't pinpoint exactly the word.
Okay, yeah, it was that one. It was that one. When we were reading about the how to stretch your dollar at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And it said, don't be too, don't get or don't be or don't act.
Bougie.
Yeah. Don't spend so much money. Okay. Any other questions?
No.
Okay. We're going to do a little listening exercise. Okay. Talking about new words. I got this from NPR. And as the title says, okay, Merriam-Webster has added 370 words and phrases to its dictionary. Okay,
Okay.
do you understand Merriam-Webster?
Yeah, well, it's a site, but also it's like, I don't know if it's like a, I know it because of a dictionary.
It's actually a publishing company that publishes reference books, specifically dictionaries.
Okay.
But I remember a couple of years ago, one of my students sent me a text asking me how to say something, and or asked me for a meaning of something, and I wrote back to him, according to Merriam-Webster, blah 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 blah. And then a couple of seconds later, he texts back, and he says, "Who's Merriam-Webster?" But he was so cute because he's like, "Teacher, who's Merriam-Webster?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Because people would say it like that in the US, at least my generation, that we still used dictionaries. I don't know nowadays if they even know what a dictionary is. But if you mention this to somebody that lives in the US, they probably will understand that you're referring to the dictionary. Okay. So this is just a 26-second report. I
Okay.
have the transcript, but I'm going to play it first. It's going to go really quick because it's 20 seconds and it's filled with a lot of information. But
Okay.
basically, this is what they're talking about, okay? That they added new words to the dictionary. What are these words? See if you can catch what these words are, okay? Some of them might be new to you. Some of them are, no, you're young enough. You probably have heard them, okay?
Okay.
So are you ready? So just
Yeah.
pay attention, see how much you can catch.
I'm Rachel Martin. 370 words and phrases have been added to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Love it or hate it, pumpkin spice was among the new additions, along with yeet, an exclamation of excitement. Sus, short for suspicious or suspect. And I see YMI, for in case you missed it. Adding new words to the dictionary always causes a brouhaha, but Merriam-Webster says a word becomes eligible if it's used by a lot of people over a long time. It's morning edition. Good. With abortion now.
Did you catch it?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you catch the new words?
It was pumpkin spice.
Yeah, the first one is
Mm, the one from in case you miss it is ICYMI.
Let's cheat a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Let's cheat a little bit.
Also, JIT.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used it or see it that one a lot.
Yeet.
Yeah.
It's usually
And the other one, it's suspicious.
my daughter's favorite word. She must say that word like 100 times a day. You know, that's on sus, mom. She looks sus. That was sus. She's always saying that word. It's been added to the dictionary. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's play it again. I'll leave this out so
Okay.
you can follow. I love these because they say them so quickly, and you have to really pay attention because if you miss something, you miss everything.
Yeah.
So I'll play it again, and you can read along and listen along. Okay, here it is.
I'm Rachel Martin. 370 words and phrases have been added to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Love it or hate it, pumpkin spice was among the new additions, along with yeet, an exclamation of excitement. Sus, short for suspicious or suspect. And I see YMI, for in case you missed it. Adding new words to the dictionary always causes a brouhaha, but Merriam-Webster says a word becomes eligible if it's used by a lot of people over a long time. It's morning edition.
Okay, so you caught the pumpkin spice. Do you know what the pumpkin spice is?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's we have it here in Mexico too, right? Especially Starbucks. Right now,
Yeah.
everything is pumpkin spiced.
Yeah. The season is Among Us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, Saturday I saw a big advertisement about that the pumpkin spice latte is available now.
Now, get yours because it's usually just probably now in September October and
Correct.
maybe November.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's associated very much so with the fall, end of summer and the fall. The other one was this one, right?
Yeah.
And literally it's eat. And when people say it, at least like my nieces and nephews, they kind of exaggerate it, you know, it's like, wow, but it's eat.
Okay.
And it means,
Excitement.
yeah, an exclamation of excitement. Exactly. And then, of course, the sus, suspicious or suspect. So next time that you see, and so my daughter Sophia, she says it like when she sees something or she sees someone that kind of doesn't look right.
Yeah.
She says, oh, she looks sus. Or something happens, oh, that was sus. So short for suspicious or suspect. And then the acronym.
ICYMI. Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's a little
It's
long for
easy.
me.
Yeah.
It's probably easier to say what.
Yeah, in case you miss it.
Exactly. Okay, I think it's easier to say in case.
Exactly.
But I guess maybe
But
your
when
next.
you are writing, it's easier to just use the acronym.
Exactly. So next time you're texting someone or you wanted to say something quick, remember ICYMI.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the dictionary. Any other words here that that you didn't understand?
Well, I don't know like the exact meaning, but I get it by context. And
Mhm.
actually is the first time I heard it is that one Bruja.
Oh, brouhaha.
Bruja.
That's my sister's favorite one. She says it's a lot. It just means like a lot of commotion, a lot of noise, a lot
Okay.
of, yeah, because it's a lot of brouhaha, a lot of like people not agreeing, like just a lot of commotion. Could be
Okay.
good or bad. And then this isn't obviously a very scientific research-based report because it says at the end, how do they decide what words get added into the dictionary?
That well, that if a lot of people use it.
Mhm. So I think this is kind of funny. A lot of people over a long time, like how
Yeah.
many people exactly and for how long exactly? Like it really doesn't, it's not specific, right? It's not like I said, it's not very scientific, but
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people over a long time. I wonder, there must be a certain number, I'm sure. But here it's just a lot of people over a long time. Okay, so the dictionary. So I guess every year, I don't know, I think they do. Every year they add words. And lately, a lot of these words are like words that these new kids are are making up or are using a lot. Yeah. Because do you see yourself using any of these?
Yeah. In case you miss it,
Mm-hmm.
well, pumpkin spice from.
Yeah, that one's not so bad. That one's not so bad at all. But like,
I guess that one is like the most common.
yeah, that one, yeah. I think this one's pretty common. But do you think you can use yeet or sus?
I probably would use sauce a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I try to use sus, and every time I use sus, my daughter laughs at me. She like even calls my son, oh, Mama's trying to use the word sus. And she sounds sus. According to her, it's not for my age group. It's like a younger word. So I guess I don't know how to use that. Or yeet, I don't think I'll use it, but I hear it a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this one, honestly, for me, I think it's just too much. I'd rather say it.
Yeah.
It's hard
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Probably will just use it when I'm texting or writing an email.
Yeah. But for me, I think it's too hard to remember. It's too letters. And you know, not like ASAP, you know, you can kind of read it. You can remember that one really easily.
Yeah.
Or FYI, it's kind of easy, just 3 letters. But this one, I think it's too long for me. So this is from NPR. Okay, so if
Okay.
you're, yeah, they have tiny little reports, 26, usually they're under 30 seconds. And
Okay.
I like listening to those because they are very fast and it just forces you to pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about the dictionary. That's why we looked at this, okay? Because when we're talking about stress, the dictionary is going to help us a lot. So we're going to continue with the stress, okay? And this is just a review of what we saw last week. See if you probably remember, of course. So these are not necessarily the rules, but kind of like guidelines to help us know and come to, not, I don't want to say memorize, but just know and remember where the stress is, or how or where to put the stress in a word.
Okay.
So the first one says what? Nouns and adjectives with 2 syllables. Where is the stress?
Usually stress the first syllable.
For example?
Flower,
Mhm,
table,
mhm.
happy, record, paper, ocean, tasty, mother, scissors, folder, salty, angry.
Okay, so that first syllable. 2-syllable verbs and prepositions usually have the stress where?
They stress the last syllable.
For example,
Perform, record,
so again,
record.
right.
That this
You
the
kind of said it
stressing,
like over
yeah,
here.
yeah. Record,
Very good.
suggest,
Mhm,
above, except, instead.
Okay, so, and then this is where you have to be careful because nouns and verbs can get confused if you put the
Yeah.
stress in the wrong syllable. So record and record.
Record,
Mhm,
record.
Okay,
And this is also one of the cases that the sound changes.
you think that
Rec-
record and record, exactly. Just like the present and present, exactly.
Yeah,
Yep, this goes back to the record. Yeah, because you never say it record, exactly. It has that different letter there. I mean, that different sound. Then, so these are the 2-syllable verbs and prepositions. And then we go into the three-syllable verbs. The 3-syllable verbs, where do they tend to have the stress?
they tend to stress the first syllable.
Mm-hmm,
Celebrate,
mm-hmm,
decorate,
uh-huh. Decorate, uh-huh.
decorate,
Mm-hmm,
innovate.
exactly. Okay, so they tend, not always, but they tend to have that first syllable stressed. Words ending in IC, SION, and TION stress that second to the last syllable. So not the last one, but the second to the last.
Okay.
For example,
Electric,
mhm,
graphic,
mhm,
imagination,
imagination, exactly. The next one over here.
compassion,
Mhm.
compassion.
Compassion, exactly, compassion. And then this one kind of falls in there, but how do you pronounce that? Because if we go by this rule or guideline, it would be this one, right?
Yeah,
How do you say it?
television.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh? I was listening to myself and I think I say it like this: television. Television. I say the stress here. Television. I don't say television, I say television. I say television.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I was wondering, I wonder.
Well, actually, I mostly use TV.
Okay, then forget about that one.
Now that I'm remembering.
Next time you hear somebody say television, see if you can catch where they stress it, if it's in that first syllable or that second to the last.
Yeah.
television. But yeah, I say it here, television, television. And then I looked on, and we'll look at the dictionary in a little bit, but some dictionaries do put it there and some put it over here, and some say it's either one.
Okay.
To me, it sounds more natural for me to say television here for me. But yeah, pay attention to the next time you hear someone say that. And then the other or another one is words ending in CY, TY, GY, and PHY. They stress where?
Okay. The stress in the third to the last syllable.
Okay, so the stress is here. In that, not the second to the last, but the third to the last. For example?
Agency. Biology. Biology.
Biology. And then
Biology.
and then here I
It's
got it
like-
wrong. It should just be that it should just be there.
Okay. Biology.
Biology, exactly. How about this one?
Fluency.
Fluency.
Fluency. Society.
Society.
Security.
Exactly.
Photography.
Exactly. Photography. Photography. So that's a guideline, not the rule. And then on compound nouns, the stress tends to be in that first part. Okay. When you
Okay.
have those two words that make up one. For example,
Blackbird.
mhm,
Butterfly.
mhm,
Greenhouse. Homework. Haircut. Pancake. Eyeball.
mhm,
Ladybug. Cupboard.
and the cup. Yeah,
Cupboard.
it's sort of like, how do you, like you don't pronounce the P.
Yeah.
And it's like
Mm.
cupboard.
Cupboard.
It's cupboard.
Cupboard.
Yeah, it's cupboard. Like
Ca-
this. Almost like if it was an and then
Cupboard.
like if it was bird.
Okay.
Cupboard. Yeah, it's maybe with the R, like cupboard. Do you know what a cupboard is?
Yeah.
So you have that. It's a cupboard. Okay. So we put our cups and our dishes in the kitchen cupboards. Okay. So when they're compound like that, they tend to stress that first part of the word. Okay. So these are guidelines. They kind of help us pick where we're going to put the stress in a word. But then we can use the dictionary for help. Have you noticed when you look something up, the dictionary has all these little markings?
Yeah.
So let's look up like computer, okay. So if we look up a computer, let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so here we have computer. Obviously they give you the syllables. That's what these little dots do. They break it up into the syllables. It has 3. Do you see this little line here that looks like an apostrophe, but it's like just straight? Have you
Yeah.
ever noticed that?
Yes.
I wonder if I can make it a little bigger there. There, that one right there.
Okay.
That is the one that tells us which syllable is going to be stressed. So it comes before the syllable that's going to be stressed. So it comes right before this one. So this tells me that this is the syllable that's going to be stressed.
Okay.
Computer. Computer.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed that? And then all the others, markings are like phonetic spellings, but that
Yeah.
little line there.
I have noticed the symbol, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it.
Here it is again. So this is going to tell us that the first one in data, the first syllable is going to be the one that's going to have the stress. Data. Okay, data.
In this case, what is the difference between the two examples?
Some people say data, day. This is like a long A, and this is just an data. I don't know. It's
data.
Yep.
Okay.
Some people say the ah, and some people say a. This is that long a.
Okay.
So he has a lot of data. He has a lot of data. I say data like this.
Okay.
Mhm. Give me another word. What's another one? I'm just looking at the ones that are here. Statistics. Where is the stress?
In the second syllable.
Mhm. Statistics. Statistics. So when you're ever like in a pinch and you don't know which, or you can't hear where that stress is in a word, you can look it up in the dictionary. And that little line there, it must have a name. I'm sorry, I don't know it. It's that little line that looks like an apostrophe. That's going to indicate which syllable is going to be stressed.
Okay.
Okay. There's some, for example, I think, for example, this one. Notice how there's two little.
Yeah, that one is under.
But exactly. So some words, and I think I don't remember if we saw any, but some words do have two stresses. They have a primary stress and then they have a secondary stress. The primary one is still the louder one. Okay, that's going to be the principal one. So this is going to be the louder one, and it's the one that's on top. When you have that same little symbol, but it's on the bottom, it indicates that the next one is going to be also a stress, but it's going to be a secondary stress. It's not going to be as loud as the first.
Okay.
So this would be something. Something. You still say this louder, something. And then this goes down a little.
Okay.
Okay. I want to indicate. Let me see, indicate. Okay, here's another one. So this is going to be the stress, the primary stress is going to be that first one, indicate.
Okay.
Indicate. It goes back up, not as loud as this one, but it's also a stressed syllable. Okay, so a lot of words, especially the longer words, are going to have multiple stresses. You know, they're going to have, not all of them, but they might have more than one stress. One is going to be the primary, and then the other is going to be a secondary one. Okay.
Okay.
Questions?
No.
And then all these other little things we're going to look at right now.
Okay.
So we can learn how to pronounce all of that. And this, once I'll make it a little easier, you'll see. So the dictionary then. Okay. And basically, obviously, why is stress so important? Okay. So knowing what syllable to stress in a word, and even in a sentence, and I know you are probably aware of this, that when people are speaking, sometimes they stress a word, or just a word is just naturally stressed. It's like louder than all of the other words. So knowing what syllable to stress in a word, or what word is stressed in a sentence or in a phrase, is going to make you sound a little bit more natural, and other English speakers will probably understand you better. Okay. And what I'm referring to here is this. I found this cute here. Okay. So not only is like the word stress, like the stress in a word, important, but also like in a sentence. So this person is saying the same sentence, but every time he's stressing a different word. Okay. Every time he stresses a different word, it changes the meaning of the whole thing that he's saying. Okay, so let's read. So I'll read the girls part and you read this. Stressing the thing that's in bold, okay, that word that's in bold. Okay. So you made everyone believe Angela stole your money.
I never said she stole my money.
Okay, so maybe somebody else, but
Yeah.
Okay. Don't lie. You sometimes said she stole your money.
I never said she stole my money.
Okay, so I never, I said something else, but I never said she stole my money. You've been thinking she stole your money.
I never said she stole my money.
Okay, you said something else, but I never said that. Okay, you keep complaining that someone stole your money.
I never said she stole my money.
Okay, maybe you said somebody else, but not her,
Yeah.
right? She only borrowed your money, okay?
I never said she stole my money.
Okay, maybe she did borrow it. You tell people that she likes to steal money.
I never said she stole my money.
Okay, maybe somebody else's, but not mine. And you tell people she steals from you.
I never said she stole my money.
I never said she stole my money. So maybe she takes something else or she took something else, but not my money.
Yeah.
Okay. So you notice it's the same sentence, but a word is stressed. A different
Yeah.
word is stressed each time, changing the meaning of what this person is saying. Okay. So at the end, did Angela steal the money?
I don't know.
He said everything but nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's very important to know what word needs to be stressed in a sentence and also what part of a word needs to be stressed, what syllable is stressed. Okay. And then after you know that, then we can move on to how to pronounce these little syllables and these sounds. This is the international, what is it? Yeah, the International Phonetic Alphabet, the IPN.
IPA.
IPA, exactly, the IPA. Are you familiar with this?
Not really.
Okay, but you've seen it before. I
Yeah.
think we've all seen it before. And I think you know, these are the consonants and these are the vowels. As you can see, there's only 5 vowels, A, I, O, U, but there's so many sounds that those vowels make. And I think these vowels are the ones that cause the headache.
Okay.
The consonants, not so much. So this one, you know, you have some fancy ones that separate them into the long vowels and the short vowels and the diphthongs and consonants and all that. Basically, you know, this one's the same. Let's look at the consonants first, okay? The vowels, honestly, I've always found this very confusing, and I've tried to not memorize them, but I've tried to learn them, but for some reason, I don't know. I can't.
Okay.
I found something that might help. So let's look at the consonants first, okay?
Okay.
So pretty much the consonants are pretty straightforward, okay? A P sounds like a P, okay? B, T, perhaps this one, okay? You have that it's a strong one, it's a ch, right?
Yeah.
Like chair.
Sure.
Again, ch. It's like the Spanish.
Chair.
Chair. This one is a soft one.
She.
Okay, like she. Okay, sheep. Sh. This one, though, even though it's a CH, but not all the time is it going to say ch. Okay, most of the time it will. For example,
Chart.
it's ch.
Cheese. Cheesecake. Peach and witch.
Okay, ch, ch, ch. How about here? It's still the CH, but now it says K.
Chemistry. Chaos. Ache.
Ache.
Stomach.
Stomach. It's a K.
Stomach. Yeah.
My stomach hurts. Okay, I have a stomach ache. Exactly. Okay, so sometimes it sounds like a hard ch, sometimes it sounds like a K, and sometimes it sounds like a
Flesh.
For example,
Machine, chef, Michigan, Chicago.
Exactly. Okay, it's not a straw. It's not that ch, it's a soft sh. So how do we know? We don't. I think it's like these. I think are like they come from German. These are like French, and then these are just the normal American English.
Okay.
The strong ch. Okay, but honestly, you're not gonna look at a word and kind of like analyze it and say, I wonder if this has French roots or I don't think so. I think you just have to remember how it's pronounced when you hear it.
Okay.
And practice, you'll remember how to pronounce it. Okay. A lot of my students have always pronounced these wrong. They've always thought it was Chicago and
Yeah.
Michigan, because in Spanish we say Michigan and we say Chicago. But it's got the soft Michigan and Chicago. Okay.
Okay.
So this one then is that, and then this one with the J says J. These two, this is, remember, the TH has the soft, like think, thank you, Thursday, 3. And then it's got the hard one that's that has a little vibration. These, those, that. It has the vibration. But the tongue is positioned in between the teeth, but this one's soft and this one's hard. And then this one, the vision, like vision, television, it's not vision, it's vision. But I think that's it. Those are, oh, this one probably. The NG, and I think I have some here. Like sing and jungle and angle. It's it's that words with the NG have the ng. Because it's not an N, it's not an ng, it's just, it kind of gets blended in, and it's ng, sing, jungle, angle,
Okay.
ng. I think those are, everything else is pretty straightforward. Any others? Of the consonants, not the vowels yet. Let me even hide the vowels for now. Any other consonant that might cause trouble?
I think mostly it would be the TH or the schwa. Is it schwa?
The schwa is going to be over
Schwa.
there. We'll look at that famous schwa in a little bit. But from here, I think these are, we use these and they pretty much stay the same.
Yeah.
They don't change so much when you like the S and the L, the S and the T. They pretty much stay true to their sound. Unlike these up here. Okay, so these are those consonants. Like I said, I think these are probably the ones that are a little bit different from our alphabet. The ch, the sh, the j, the j, and the ng. And then obviously the th, which we do not have it all in Spanish. Okay. So then we go to the vowels. Okay. And like I said, I think these are the ones that cause the headaches. Because there's 5 little vowels and there's like, I don't know, like 15, 16 different sounds.
Yeah.
So look at these. Have you ever noticed what sound this O can make? What does it say here? This one says 2. It says oo.
Yeah.
2.
So.
O.
On.
Ah.
Is with kind of an A in Spanish.
On, exactly. Ah. It says ah. O, it says oo, o, ah.
Oh, of.
Oh,
Of. Woman.
Woman. What?
Women.
Women.
Yeah.
And
word.
Yeah. It's the same O, but they all sound different.
Yeah.
On, off, women, work. It's the same letter. It's all these different sounds. And then you have the same sound, but with like different combinations.
Yeah.
All of these say A. This one says
Tres.
E.
friend, bread, any.
Okay, so
But
wha-
in this case, it's the opposite of the inverse of the previous example. It's different combination of letters with the same sound,
the same
and the
sound.
previous one it's the same letter with different combination of sounds.
Exactly. So none of, in Spanish, we have A, E, I, O, U, and it's always an I, and it's always an A, and it's always an E. And in English, we have the same vowels, but so many options.
Yeah.
Okay, so many options. And that's what we need to learn to do. We need to learn how to pronounce all of those different options. Oh, and then there's said, another A. It got cut off, but here's another A, said. The same, A. Like I said, we can do this, but honestly, this is, to me, it's hard. And I've watched videos and I've tried to learn it like this, but it's hard.
Yeah.
So I came across this. I've never taught it before. This is like the first for me. And these ESL teachers came up with this color vowel chart, excuse me,
Okay.
color vowel chart. So instead of using one of these symbols that represent a sound, they use colors,
Okay.
you know, and I guess considering that it's easier to remember and to know how to say colors. So let's start here, okay? It's not making sense yet, but let's see.
Okay.
This color is what?
Green tea.
E,
Ah,
okay?
E.
So this makes the E sound. These two words make the E sound. Green
Tea.
E. How about this one?
Okay. Silver pin.
E. Silver pin
Okay.
Okay.
Gray day.
A. Okay, this is A.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I'm hearing correctly, it's like long, short.
Yeah, sort of.
Well,
And notice also, not necessarily, well, yes,
well,
but also notice how your mouth is changing. Here, we start with our mouth kind of like in a smile, E.
okay.
As we're going down, in order to make these other sounds, our mouth is going to open. E, A, red pepper,
Pepper.
How about this one?
Black cat.
Black, we have to open our mouth. Black cat,
Cat. Okay.
Do you notice?
Kind of.
Kind of. So this is just like, instead of using one of these symbols, instead of using this one, this is the E, okay? E, sheep.
Okay.
Instead of using this symbol, they're just telling you, it's like pronouncing E, green tea.
Tea. Okay.
E. Silver pen. Silver pin, excuse me. Silver pin. Gray day, it's that A sound. This is the E sound. This is the I sound. This is the A. This is the A. This is the A. Black cat.
Cat.
So your mouth starts, and in Spanish, we don't have all those movements with our mouth. We
Yeah.
can probably say everything without even moving our lips.
Yeah.
Except maybe the O and, maybe sometimes. But in English, there's so much movement involved. So it's E, A. Then we go over here with the olive sock. This is A.
Olive.
This is olive sock. A.
Olive sock. Okay.
Olive sock. A. And then these kind of blend.
The two of them are with A.
Olive sock.
Oh yeah.
Both of them have the ah sound. And right now we'll look at words and see where they fit. Okay, right now
Okay.
it's just so you can notice those different sounds that these vowels make. Here it is olive, saw, ah,
Saw.
ah. Uh-huh. Here we have these tend to be like accents depending on where you're from, but these kind of blend. This is olive sock and this is auburn dog. Kind of like
Okay.
more like a draw, like ah. These blended. Ah, ah. Kind of sound the same,
Okay.
but they kind of do maybe a little bit different. But olive sock, auburn
Auburn
dog,
dog.
and this is turquoise
Turquoise
toy,
toy.
and this is oi. Turquoise toy.
Oi.
Oi,
Okay.
oi.
Oi. Okay.
Okay. Orange door. This is or, because sometimes with the R, it says or. So that's why they have the R here. An orange door. Or.
Okay.
This is oi, and this is or. This is rose
Rose
boat.
boat.
O, O. Row boat.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. And this is wooden hook.
Ooh,
Wooden hook.
wooden
Hook.
hook.
And then you end up in blue moon. Ooh, ooh.
Okay.
Your mouth starts, like I said, like a smile. E, a, a, ah, oi, or, o, ooh. It ends up like closing. It starts
Yeah.
like so those they get a little shorter, and you have to open up your mouth more, and then at the end you end up ooh, it's closed with the ooh. Blue moon. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. These here, they have here because they have white tie, and white because when you say the I, okay, you kind of start at the bottom, and you end up over here. To say
Okay.
the I, it's a really long I, you open your mouth, and you end up,
Yeah.
yeah, I, over here, ow, with the W, like brown cow, ow,
Mm,
and you end up like with your lips almost ow, closed. So brown cow,
cow.
this,
Okay.
like this over here, okay? It's just how you position your mouth, how you move your mouth.
Okay.
The ones in the middle then, this one's purple shirt, and it's a like bird.
Yeah.
Purple
shirt.
This is your schwa. Okay, that schwa sounds like a cup of mustard. Cup of mustard. Cup of mustard.
Okay.
That's the schwa. And the schwa takes all of them. It could be an E and they can all sound like a schwa at some point. Okay. I thought for some reason, I thought it was easier and the way it's set up like that for you to practice how to open and close your mouth when you're pronouncing all of these sounds. And these are all, I think it's pretty much all of them. So you start with the green tea, E, silver pin, E, gray day, A, red pepper, E, black
cat.
olive sock, A,
Oh.
auburn dog, A,
Oh.
turquoise toy, oi,
Oi.
orange door, or, rose boat, O, wooden hook, oo, blue moon, oo. Yeah, the purple shirt, and cup of mustard, When you go here, white tie, brown cow. Ow, ow. This is an ow, and this is an I. Let's look at words, and then we'll see where they go, okay? This is somebody had asked me with for a daughter, but look at these, okay? So if we put Let me see if I can, I think we can see it. The difference between these two, which a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
kind of get those confused, right? So if we look at him and we kind of, let me see if I can move it, and we kind of look at how we would pronounce it. So let me see if I can get these here too. See how we would pronounce it and see where those kind of fall. Okay. Where are we? So here we are. See if we can get them all in the same. Make this a little bit smaller. So the first one is what? How would you say that one?
Feel.
What would be? Okay. Can you see it? Sort of. Yeah. So this one, what's the difference? The first one is,
Feel.
okay, this one's going to be like A, right?
Yeah.
So you would say,
Feel.
and this one is
Feel.
E, feel.
Feel.
So you would say, feel,
Feel.
E, feel,
Feel.
E, feel. How would
Is,
you?
is just a little bit longer in the sound. Feel.
Feel. This is E. This is E.
Eh.
Like this sound, E, like
Feel.
silver pin,
Feel.
E. E. Mhm.
Mm.
And this one is E, like green tea, E, feel, feel.
Feel. Also, like the name, feel.
Exactly the same. Exactly the same one. Okay, Phil, like Phil. It's exactly
Okay.
the same pronunciation. Okay. Phil from Modern Family. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same. This Phil and Phil.
Do you like that?
My
That show?
daughter made me watch it with her, but I kind of got into it, yeah, with
Yeah.
Gloria and yeah, and Stella, the dog, my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got into that, and my daughter. So yeah, I did watch it, but it's the same pronunciation. Phil. What about the next one? What about this one? Ball.
Ball, bowl.
So
Ball would be in the black.
is it? This is
Ball. Ball.
Ah.
No. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Ball.
Oh.
And then this one,
Bow. Bow.
this one would be like here. How would you say?
Row. Oh. Bow. Bow.
No, it's O, bro.
Bow.
O, this is
Bow.
O. So this is
Bow.
bowl. This is all, olive, sock, all, ball, all. And this is O,
Bow.
bowl,
Okay.
rose, boat,
Bow.
bowl. That O. How about the next one? The other one is leave and
Like.
okay, so this is E, right? Like green tea.
Green tea.
So it's E, leave.
Leaf.
And what about the other one?
Live.
Okay, it could be, but it could also be live, like it, like
Okay.
silver.
Lip.
It.
Leaf.
Live. Leave. Live.
Leaf.
Leave. Live.
Leaf.
It.
Leaf.
Mhm.
Leaf. Leaf.
Mhm.
Okay.
How about the next one?
S-
B.
s-
And this one. The first one?
One is beat and beat.
And it. E and it. Beat and bit. And you notice your mouth. B. It's like
Beat.
it's really like smiling. B. And the other one is this. It.
Bit.
Bit. It's got the I. E. I. And how about that one?
Actually, it's the first time, I think it's the first time I see that word.
Oh, okay. That person, steep. And
Sip,
okay, so this is a long E. This is going to be like green tea. So it's
sip,
going to say C-E.
see, and sip,
Mhm. Oop, oop, ooh, I stopped. And the other one is
sip, sip,
E. It's going to say E. So it's going to be like silver pin. E. Sip.
sip,
Seep.
sip,
Sip.
sip.
Mhm.
And what is sip?
Steep.
Sip,
Which one?
the first one.
Sip? Okay. I'm like, well, which one did you say? The first one, and the first one is like, for example, when something is like, oh, in Spanish, how would you say it? When like something is like seeping, like when something spills and you have something and it like seeps through.
Oh, yeah.
So what does it say? To flow or leak? Leak, there we go. Okay. Slowly through porous material or small holes. So for
Yeah.
example, you leave something and it seeps. It seeps through. It like kind of leaks through whatever it is. What do they have? They say water began to seep through the soles of his boots. Okay, so seep, just to leak through. And the other one is sip.
Yeah.
Okay, the other one is like a drink, right? Can I have a sip? A small drink. Okay. Does this help at least with how to position your mouth? Because I was like, it kind of, to me, like this made more sense than all those other word symbols. If you practice it, does it at least help you?
Yeah, I guess, well, it's going to be a little bit difficult to remember the position of the mouth, but
Mhm,
I guess that having the instructions, or
mhm,
like you in this case, like since we are here in the class, you tell me, you know, how
mhm.
is how we start and how we transition to one position to another. Probably I will at some point I will forget about it.
But if you pronounce, like,
But yeah,
if
but
you pronounce the colors, which are pretty easy to pronounce, will you
yeah,
be able to notice?
yeah, that was the thing I was going to say, because
Mhm,
like the examples of of the words, or the combination of words here, are like very specific,
mhm,
like to and easy to remember the actual pronunciation.
mhm,
So it kind of helps in order to see how it's pronounced, that specific sound.
mhm. But if,
So,
okay,
and I think that with practice, it's going to be easier each
yeah.
time.
And honestly, that's what all the sounds, if you know all of the consonants that we saw here, you know, if you're familiar with these sounds and you're able to make those sounds, and you realize how many sounds those vowels make and you can produce those sounds, you should be able to speak and pronounce every word, because those are the sounds that all, I should say that all of the sounds, but those are almost all of the sounds probably that make up the language.
Yeah.
And I think these are probably the hardest ones because there's so many of them and it's only 5 letters
Yeah.
and so many different combinations. Okay, and we'll look at, I think I have one here that we'll look at the different combinations, okay?
Okay.
But you need to be able to know how to move your mouth so you can make those sounds. Okay, and I think that's what I finally understood with this chart, that it
Yeah.
does take your mouth from, wow, it like goes all the way around. Okay, and I think this one here is probably, I shouldn't say the most difficult, but it's probably the most used, because you even saw in the dictionary how a lot of those phonetic spellings had that upside down backwards E. it's the schwa that they're referring to. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of words that have that. Okay.
And I think that's maybe one of my problems
Mm-hmm.
because, well, I remember when I was a kid or and growing up, like my parents and my family always told me that to speak louder or to move my mouth because I constantly was talking like without moving my lips.
Uh-huh.
So I was just mumbling,
Uh-huh.
and they constantly told me that I needed to stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's one of the things that I drag from me speaking in Spanish to speaking in English.
Exactly. And if
Plus,
you're
I didn't like, well, in school or all the teachers I had, I guess they didn't mm, pay attention to all us as students doing the correct movement of the mouth.
exactly. And honestly, like even for me, I never learned any of this until I was older, until I was probably cheating already. Because in school they don't tell you. It's just like in
Yeah,
Spanish, it just comes natural. When you realize what you're doing, you're like, well, how? But yeah, it's really interesting how all these sounds exist, and all these sounds are made by just those 5 little letters. Okay, they make our mouth move a lot.
yeah.
So we're going to continue this, but there is, let me see if I can find it. There is, oh, and I closed it. There is a, let me see, what should we say? Vowel sounds. There, I found this list. Vowel sounds in English. I think it's going to be here. I found this list of different combinations. And it might help you.
When I saw the first one in the example,
Uh-huh.
that pair of words is very one of the difficult ones,
Oh,
like
here,
the
let me go back.
beach.
Okay. Oh, this one. Uh-huh.
The Tigran with
Uh-huh.
the other. The
Oh,
BITCH.
okay, exactly. And then if we go here, the E, B, and then the other one is I. Bitch, beach.
Okay.
The beach is where you go and get a suntan, and the bitch is a female dog or something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here you have the E and the I. Beach, bitch.
And it's
This-
it is similar with the other one, the sheet and shit.
Yeah, and it's right here. E and I.
Shit.
Sheet, a sheet of paper, and a shit. A shitload of work.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's a I and the E. Sheet and shit. E, I. Mhm. But yeah, a lot of people get that confused.
Yeah.
And this is the one I lost it again. This one.
And I guess that depending on the situation, it could
Exactly.
mean trouble.
Exactly. And my students, and how am I going to know which one to use? It's context. What if you're on the beach and you're saying exactly, it can get you in trouble if you say it the wrong way. So these are vowels and vowel combinations. Okay. So again, this is that phonetic. Okay. And these
Okay.
are the letters that make that sound. Okay.
Okay.
So this is going to be the E, like the green tea, E. These are the combinations. So if you can see the E, double E, EA, they can all say E. Like, what are these? All of these are going to have the same sound, but with a different combination. Okay.
Okay.
So what does the first one say? Can you read them? And they're all going to be E.
Just a second. I'm writing the. Ah,
Okay,
Yeah.
so these are gonna say E like
E,
green tea, E.
B, eat, see, meet, sleep, meal, read, live, see, team, feel, believe, receive.
All of them, okay? Except these. There's always
Then-
exceptions. Ah.
Yeah,
Okay, here we have the double E, but here it doesn't say E, it says E.
eh,
Ben,
ben, ben, bread, death,
okay.
rate,
Dad.
break, friend.
Okay, friend. Okay, these even though they have this or one of these combinations, they don't say the long E. They don't say E. Okay, so that's one combination. Here's another one. This is the E.
Eh.
So this is E and this is I. Okay, the I and the Y can both say I. For example,
Eat, kiss, tip, pick, dinner, system, busy, pity, sunny.
here, not here. Here it says like this I.
Machine,
Machine. This is gonna see like this one over here, the E's. Machine, E,
sky,
E.
ski.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Over here, I
Sorry.
will say sky with the Y. It
Yeah,
will say
yeah.
sky, but with here it's ski,
Leader,
leader, E, leader,
leader, pizza.
pizza, E. Okay, like here. This is like these should be over here.
Yeah,
Okay, so here that I says E, machine, ski,
machine.
E,
Yeah.
leader.
Ski.
Mhm. Then you have A.
Eh,
This is like the Spanish, the Mexican A. Okay, and
Yeah.
then these two combinations say A. For example,
little, press, send,
eh,
and bread, dead, weather, leather.
Uh-huh. Except in these.
Meter, see, mean.
Okay, we say the E, but over here they say A.
Eh.
Okay, this is a long A, like A. Okay, and these are the combinations that can say A. For
Okay.
example,
Late, make, race, able,
A,
stable,
A,
aim, wait, play, say, they, ate, wait, they, ate, a.
hey,
Hey or
Hey.
a or hey?
hey.
Hey.
Hey, this is remember the H in Spanish is silent, but in English is hey. Hey.
Okay. Break,
A,
great,
A,
steak,
A. A. Except here.
said, say, no, said, says, no,
This is
says,
gonna, this is A. So said, says,
hate, and I.
This is I. This is height,
Height, I.
and this is I. Exactly. Okay, so
I always have trouble with steak and stick. I don't know why.
a lot of people always say E. They want to say the E first because
Yeah.
they see the E and they say stick or steak. A lot of people say stick. And a stick is a stick.
Yeah.
I don't know who walks down our block right now, but my dog always barks at this time. Can you hear him? I don't know. I let him up. Come on. I don't know who he's barking at. But yeah, this is A, okay? This is a steak. I love to eat steak. A. Notice here, this is say, A. But then here
Says.
says A. This is A and this is A. Say, says.
Says.
Okay, I say, he says. And then notice here, there is no A. Well, and these here. There is no A, but it says ate, wait, they, hey. There's no A, but the sound is there.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, practice that one. steak.
Steak.
A. It's an A. Okay. Then you have, so this is the A, and then you have the A.
Ah,
Like, this is like the black A. Like in
cat, apple, land, travel, mat.
yeah. In American English, okay, because then we're
Okay.
going to see these kind of change
Okay.
a little bit. But here in American English, we do say a,
Glass,
la a, mhm,
glass, dance, castle, half. Half.
oh, half.
Right, because it's without pronouncing the right.
Mhm.
Half.
Half. Exactly. Half. You kind of like want to say half, but then you don't. Half.
Half.
Yeah.
Half.
That one is, yeah, that one's a silent L. Half. Look here too. Well, no, castle. The one castle, the T is silent in this one. Castle.
So,
Castle. So all of these in American English say a, because these in British English, they say it a little different.
okay.
We'll see it over here. But in American English, it's a. And then it's ah. This is a and this is ah.
Oh,
Like, do you hear the difference? A,
not really.
this is a. You kind of really open your mouth. A. And this is ah. Like this is like the Spanish almost. Ah.
Army,
Ah.
car,
Army, car,
quarry,
this is like almost
girl,
like the
park, father, con, pond, drama.
This is almost like the Spanish army, pardon, park, And then in British English, you don't say last, you say lost. 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 You don't say class, you say class. You don't say dance, you say dance. Dance. You don't say castle, you say
Castle,
castle. Castle. You don't say half, you say half. These kind of sound the same to you?
yeah.
I'm like, I don't notice anything. You said the same thing twice. And
No,
here I
well,
am.
when you say it, I can notice the difference.
You could last,
But
lost,
yeah,
class.
but I don't know how to like pronounce it like that. Maybe.
Okay, so but there's a little difference. This is
Yeah,
this is like the
it's
Spanish. This is like the black cat, and then this is like the Spanish almost, almost army, car,
Car.
almost, party, garden, park, This is your mouth is opened more here, cat, and this is
Yeah.
not army.
Yeah.
Party, apple, land. You really open it up over here. Here it's still open, but not as much as over here.
Yeah.
Try a couple more.
Yeah.
Okay, this is I. Okay, I. Combinations I, E, Y, and UI. So this is I. For example,
Eyes, fine,
I,
smile, die, lie, die, my, style, apply, buy, guide.
I. Okay, so these are the combinations that can give you that long I. Then this is the ow, like when you hurt yourself and you say ow.
Ow.
Okay, so this is literally ow. Okay, ow. It's
Ow.
or
Yeah.
like,
Out, about, house, mouse, now, brown, cow, out, powder.
it's ow. So you start ow and you end up in that. It's like that ow. Except these.
Group, soup.
ooh, group and soup. And this is,
Noun.
uh-huh,
No. Noun. No.
and O. O. No, this is no. Okay, no,
No.
O. O. Okay. How about this? This is an ah. This is ow, and this is ah.
Oh.
For example, ah,
Not.
ah,
Rock.
ah,
Model.
ah,
Bottle.
ah,
Copy.
ah. Copy.
Copy. Yeah.
So this is ah, ow, ah. How about this one? This one's just the regular O.
More.
More,
Order.
order,
Cord. Board.
O, long. This one's a little gone,
Gone. Cost. Coffee.
ah,
Low. So. Pose. Because. Bog. Thought. Cough. Call. Always. Word. Word.
wah, ah. So these
Yeah.
these kind of sound the same, because it's really not that O. The O is over here. This is the O, go O. But this is order, cord, ort, and then here you get into, it's not long, it's ah. I need to look at this because then it goes long, gone, cost, coffee. Okay, I need to forget about this. I'm going to look into this
Okay.
because I'm saying some of these are like O's to me and some of them are like ah. Okay, so I'm going to look into this. This definitely is the rock, not model, bottle, copy. This is oi. This is definitely oi. For example, oil.
Boys. Noise. Boy. Toy.
Those are all oi, the OI and the OY. And then let's do these last. These are the OO. These are the true long O's. This is go, O,
note,
O,
open,
O,
all,
O,
most,
O,
road,
O,
boat, low, on,
O,
ball.
bowl, O, bowl. This is a O. This is a right O. And then here, except these, this is
Do, move,
oo. And this is the owl,
how,
owl. It's those combinations, but they have the different pronunciation. Okay. Easy?
kind of.
Does your mouth hurt?
No, actually, no.
I feel like my jaw is kind of like locking.
Yeah, because you actually do the movement.
I think I'm exaggerating it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is that's how the vowels work. They have all these different. We didn't get to the schwa. The schwa is over here. So we'll get through all of them. I'll look to see these. Maybe they put the British and the American English together. I'll look into that. But then we'll continue. And yeah, and that neutral sound, that schwa is right here. Okay. And then we can practice more with the dictionary to see the phonetic spelling that they give us there and see if we can follow it.
Okay. Yeah.
Questions?
No.
Okay. So you picked up a couple of little tips on how to pronounce some things.
Yeah. But like you said, I probably need to, like you did, exaggerate the movements in order to train, muscle train.
Look, I'm still trying to sell this. But if they have an interactive one, maybe we'll look at it on Wednesday. I'll look it up.
Okay.
But they have an interactive one where you can actually, and maybe we can take the words that we just saw and see where they fit here.
Okay.
Just so we can practice those, the correct sound and the correct positioning of the mouth and everything. But yeah, there's an interactive color vowel chart that you You push any of them and it does that silver and and it kind of like, at least I don't know if it has a mouth that you can watch them move, or if I think it's just the sound.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, we can look at this again, and then we can take the words that we just saw right now and maybe try to fit them in here. Just so you can practice those sounds again.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll go back to the speaking and the writing and the listening.
Yeah.
But today we took a break from that. Any questions?
No, nothing.
Okay, so try to practice a little bit, or at least be aware of all those different sounds and see if you can catch them more easily now.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, we'll continue looking at all of this. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okie doke. So if anything comes up, send me a little text. And if not, I will see you on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday still, when is Independence Day? On Thursday, right? So Wednesday, you're
well,
still okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, Thursday is the 15th and Friday is the 16th.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we're still okay on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think the day off is Friday. Yeah.
So you'll be having a nice long weekend. We'll all be having a nice long
Yeah.
Okie doke. I'll see you then on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.